Stop. Before you scroll past this, I need you to hear something right now. In this exact moment, something is shifting in the atmosphere over your life. Not tomorrow, not when things get better. Right now, while your situation still looks the same on the outside, something invisible has already changed in the realm where your breakthrough is being born. I know why you found this message today. It was not random. You did not stumble here by accident. You were led here. And the reason is because heaven decided today is the day you stop carrying what was never yours to carry alone. You have been strong for so long that you forgot what it felt like to believe something good was actually coming for you. Not for someone else, for you, for your life, for your household. For the dreams you stopped talking about because the silence of waiting had become heavier than the pain itself. But I need you to stay with me in this moment, because what I am about to speak over your life is not a generic comfort message. It is a precise, targeted word that was written for someone who has been exactly where you are right now. Someone who woke up this morning and smiled on the outside while something inside was still bruised. Someone who has been praying the same prayer so many times they are no longer sure the words are reaching anything real. That someone is you. And heaven is answering today. Before we go any further, I want to take a quiet moment with you. This message you are about to receive took a long time to craft, not because it is complicated, but because every single word was chosen with the intention of reaching someone in a real, dark, lonely place. Someone who needed to feel seen, someone who was wondering if they had the strength to keep going. If you have ever found a message like this at 2 in the morning when you could not sleep, or during a drive when tears came out of nowhere, and you did not even know why, then you already understand the power of the right word finding someone at the right time. There are people all around the world right now, people you will never meet, who need to stumble upon exactly what you are about to hear. They are searching, they are tired, and a message like this could be the one thing that holds them together tonight. If something in your heart feels moved to help carry this kind of message further, there is a small and completely optional way to do that. A link to offer a simple contribution, like buying a cup of coffee, is waiting for you in the description and in the pinned comment below. Not because this message costs anything to receive, it does not, but because every time someone chooses to support this work, they are quietly placing a hope-filled word into the hands of a stranger who is still looking for theirs. That is a beautiful thing, and it is entirely between you and your heart. Now, let us go into what you really came here for. I want you to know something before anything else is said. I see you. Not the version of you that shows up online. Not the version that answers "I am fine" before anyone even finishes asking. I mean the real you. The one who sits in silence sometimes and replays every door that closed on you. The one who has had to rework their definition of a good day just to survive the week. The one who used to dream with such fire and somewhere along the way quietly set the dream down because holding it had become too painful. You have been through a wilderness that most people looking at your life from the outside would not even know about. You have kept the depth of your struggle private because somewhere you decided it was safer that way, because you did not want to be a burden, because you were not sure anyone would truly understand, and because a part of you was still hoping you could figure it out on your own. But you are tired, not the kind of tired that a good night of sleep can fix. You are tired in a place that is deeper than your body. You are tired in your spirit. You are tired of fighting for a peace that keeps slipping just out of reach. Tired of telling yourself to trust the process when the process has stretched so far beyond what you thought you could endure. The uncertainty has been its own kind of suffering, not knowing when, not knowing how, watching other people step into their seasons of blessing while you are still standing in the same cold chapter, wondering what you are missing. Wondering if you are the exception to every promise you have ever believed. You are not the exception. You are not forgotten. And what felt like silence was never actually silence. Let me tell you who I am to you. Not the cold, distant version that religion sometimes teaches. Not the judge waiting for you to get it all right before he will finally move. Not the scorekeeper who tallies your failures and your faithfulness to decide whether you have earned something good. I am the one who was already preparing the answer before you knew you had a need. I am the one who sat with you through every sleepless night and counted every tear that hit your pillow in the dark when you thought no one was watching. I am the father who does not measure his children by their productivity. I am the guardian who never once took his eyes off of you. Not even during the seasons when you felt completely invisible to everyone, including heaven. My love for you does not change based on what you do or what you fail to do. It comes out of who I am, the same way light does not decide each morning whether to shine. It just shines. That is my nature toward you, constant, unchanging, fierce in its consistency. When you look at your life and see a list of mistakes, I am looking at the same life and seeing a beloved child moving through a valley that has a purpose still unfolding. I see gifts that have not yet reached their full expression. I see a calling that has not yet found its fullest stage. I see a story that is not even close to finished. Nothing about you makes my love smaller. Not the parts you are proud of. Not the parts you hide. Not the versions of yourself you are still trying to fix. You are known completely, and you are loved without condition. That is not a feeling that comes and goes based on your performance. It is a fact built into the foundation of who you are to me. I need you to understand something about this hard season you have been walking through, because the enemy has been filling in the silence with lies, and those lies have found soft soil in the exhaustion of your waiting. He has been whispering that the struggle means I am far from you, that the delay is proof I do not see you, that the darkness you have been in is your permanent address, and not just a passageway. But here is the truth that I want to speak louder than every lie that has settled in your thoughts. The valley you have been walking through was never meant to be your home. It was always meant to be a corridor, a threshold, a season of formation that could not happen any other way, in any other place, under any other conditions. There are some things that only grow in the dark. Roots grow deepest when the soil is shaded and the pressure is real. Character is forged in places that comfort cannot reach. Faith becomes unshakable only after it has been tested in conditions where everything in the visible world said it was foolish to keep believing. Think about a seed planted underground. From the surface, it looks like absolutely nothing is happening. Someone watching from above might declare the seed has failed. They might lose patience and dig up the ground, not realizing that at the very moment they were ready to give up, the most critical work was happening in the hidden darkness below. Roots were extending, structure was forming, life was gathering the strength it needed to burst through. That is you. That is this season. The surface of your life may look unchanged, but in the spiritual realm, something has been growing that is almost ready to break through into the visible world. And when it comes, it will come suddenly. The way a seed always does, all at once, as though it appeared from nothing. But it will not have come from nothing. It will have come from all of this. Every day of waiting was an investment, not an oversight. Every closed door was redirection, not rejection. Every moment of silence from heaven was not an absence. It was me, working in ways that your natural eyes were not yet equipped to see. Let me show you something that would stop your breath if you could see it clearly. If you could pull back the curtain and see all of the ways I have been protecting you during this season, you would weep, not from pain, from awe. There were dangers that approached your life and turned away before they reached you. There were plans made against your health, your peace, your future. Plans that never came to pass because I stood between you and what was coming. There were accidents that should have happened, and did not because the timing was moved by an unseen hand. There were open doors that looked good on the surface, that would have taken you somewhere that would have cost you everything. And I closed them before you could walk through. You thought those closed doors were failure. Some of them were salvation. You felt exposed and vulnerable through this season, but you were never as unprotected as you felt. My hand was on you in ways that will only become fully visible when you are standing on the other side of this. When you look back and see the map of everything that happened, you will spot my fingerprints on things you thought were random. You will trace the line from pain to purpose and understand why every piece had to be exactly where it was. You have been kept more carefully than you know. Now I want to make a declaration over your life, and I want you to receive this not just as words moving through your ears, but as something that lands in the deepest part of your spirit and takes root there. The waiting is ending. Not because you finally prayed enough, not because you reached a level of faith that merited a reward, but because I keep my word, because the preparation is reaching its completion, because the season is turning, and you are standing at the edge of the territory I have been preparing for you this entire time. I am actively orchestrating the circumstances of your breakthrough right now, not planning it for some far future day. Right now, people are being positioned, doors are being unlocked. The invisible work is becoming visible. What was being done in secret is about to be made public in your life. The financial pressure that has robbed your sleep and hijacked your peace is about to lift. The provision coming your way will not come from the channels you have been watching anxiously. It will come in a way that makes it unmistakably clear that a hand other than chance was involved. That is how I work. I love to provide in ways that make my involvement obvious. The health concerns that have been sitting quietly in the background of your days, the fatigue, the worry, the things you have been too afraid to name out loud. I know every one of them. I made you. I understand every part of your body. And restoration is moving toward you even as these words settle into your heart. Not a small patch-up of what has been broken. Real healing. The kind that surprises even the people who were supposed to know what was possible. The relationships that have left marks on you. The ones that broke trust and made you afraid to open fully ever again. Those wounds are being worked from the inside. I am not making you naive. I am restoring you to wholeness while teaching you the difference between walls and wisdom. And I am placing the right people along your path. People who will not use your openness against you. People who will be evidence that not every chapter ends the same way. I want to pause here for just a breath. You know that feeling when a song finds you on the exact day it needed to, or a message shows up in your feed right after you whispered a prayer that no one else heard. That is not coincidence. That is provision finding its path. Someone you have never met and never will meet might be about to have that exact experience with this message. They might be sitting in a hospital waiting room right now, or parked in a driveway because they cannot bring themselves to go inside yet, or lying awake at 3 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, wondering if anything will ever shift. They might find this exact message tomorrow, or next week, or whenever they need it most. If your heart feels quietly called to help carry these words further, the description box has a link where you can contribute something small, just the cost of a warm drink, to help make sure more people get reached. There is no pressure here, none at all. But if you have felt something real in this message today, and you want to become part of the reason it finds someone else who needed it just as much as you did, that link is there for you. Quietly, without any obligation. It is simply an open door for those who feel it. Now let us keep going. I want to talk to you about who you are, because somewhere in this long season, you started believing things about yourself that do not come from me. You started seeing yourself through the lens of what happened to you, through the labels that were put on you by people who did not understand you, through the mistakes that replay in your quiet moments, through the outcomes that made you question whether you were actually built for something meaningful. Let me be very direct with you. You are not your worst moment. You are not the sum of your setbacks. You are not what someone else decided about you in a season when they could not see what I had placed inside of you. You are not a tragedy. You are not someone whose time has passed. You are not too broken, too far gone, too old, or too complicated for what I have planned. You are my beloved, made intentionally, designed on purpose, called by name, chosen not because you had it all together, but before you were even formed, with full knowledge of every detour your path would take. the affirmations you have been trying to talk yourself into. Those are not just positive thinking. They are descriptions of what is actually true about you. You are loved. You are important. You are capable of what I have placed inside of you. You carry an anointing that no season of difficulty could dissolve. The gifts that feel dormant right now have not been wasted. They have been deepened. The calling on your life did not expire during the waiting. It intensified. This is not something you earned. It is something you were given, and nothing that has happened can reach back and unchoose you. I want you to do something for me right now. In this moment, let yourself imagine waking up and not feeling that weight pressing against your chest before the day even begins. Picture moving through your morning without that low hum of anxiety underneath everything. Think about what it would feel like to look at your situation and feel steadiness instead of fear, to have more than enough, instead of always calculating what is missing, to be surrounded by people who genuinely see you and genuinely stay. Imagine walking forward with a sense of direction, knowing not just what you are running from, but what you are running toward, feeling aligned with something larger than the circumstances you are standing in, doing work that matters, living with a quality of peace that does not depend on everything going right. That is not a fantasy. That is the destination I have been preparing for you this entire time. That picture your mind just painted is a sneak preview. It is a glimpse of what exists on the other side of this passage. Start making room for it in your expectations, not with anxious effort, but with quiet, expectant anticipation. Let hope rise again, not the fragile, cautious kind that braces for disappointment. The deep kind, the rooted kind, the kind that has been tested and has held and knows that it is anchored to something that does not move. Let me tell you something about everything the enemy meant to use against you. He thought the extended season of difficulty would break your faith. It did not. It made it harder to shake. He thought the closed doors would make you quit. Instead, they redirected you towards something greater than what you were trying to force open. He thought the isolation of this season would cut you off from the source of your strength, but it drove you closer to me than any comfortable season ever could have. Every weapon he brought against you backfired. The very thing that was meant to be your ending is becoming part of your testimony. The pain that was designed to silence you is being transformed into the exact language someone else needs to hear in order to believe their own deliverance is possible. What was intended as destruction is being redefined as preparation. This is what I do. I take what the enemy means for harm and I rework it into something that serves my purpose. Nothing in his arsenal has final authority over what I have declared about your life. His power is limited. His time is short. His plans for you have already collapsed at the level that matters most. You are still standing. That is not a small thing. That is evidence that the word spoken over your life is more powerful than everything that has tried to cut it short. There is something else I want to speak to. Something tender. The dreams you quietly gave up on. The ones you used to talk about with fire in your voice, before life taught you to hold them more carefully. The ones you eventually stopped mentioning because the gap between where you were and where the dream lived felt too humiliating to keep acknowledging. The plans you folded up and placed somewhere inside yourself, telling yourself you were being realistic, telling yourself that some things just do not happen for everyone. Many of those dreams did not come from you. They came from me. I placed them inside you as previews, not as cruel teasers of things you could never have, but as early glimpses of what I was always intending to bring to pass. The timing was not right before. The preparation was not complete. The character needed to carry what the dream required had not yet been fully developed. But you have been in the most intensive season of character development of your life. And what was not ready before is now ready. What was not possible in the last chapter is now positioned to happen in this one. Do not let anyone tell you your window has closed. My timelines are not governed by human expectations. I can compress years of progress into a single season. I can do in months what most people wait decades for. I restore the years that were consumed. I make meaning out of what looked like waste. I open doors that should not logically be openable. And I give favor that no resume or qualification could explain. The dream is not dead. It is about to be reborn with everything the waiting season added to it. What you are about to step into is not just for you. The breakthrough coming into your life carries a testimony that will reach people you have not yet met. Someone in your future will be sitting exactly where you are sitting right now. And your story, the real one, the honest one, the one that includes the waiting and the doubt, and the moments you almost let go, will be the thing that gives them permission to believe. Your pain is not being wasted. It is being consecrated, turned into something that carries weight and authority, because it is not theoretical. You lived it, you endured it, and when you speak from the other side of it, your words will carry a kind of power that comfort and ease could never produce. You are not just getting blessed for yourself. You are being loaded with a testimony that will serve as evidence of faithfulness for everyone watching your life. And some of the people watching are waiting for exactly that proof before they decide whether to keep going. Your breakthrough is someone else's permission slip. Let me close with this. I am with you. Not in a vague, abstract, theologically distant way that offers no actual comfort. I am with you in the specific geography of your actual daily life. When you sit down, and when you rise, when you leave, and when you return, when you are facing problems that feel impossible, and when the occasional unexpected joy arrives like a small grace in the middle of a hard week. I am putting together details you cannot see, protecting you from threats you do not know about, arranging provisions before you realize you need them, moving pieces on a board that extends far beyond what your eyes can take in. Every promise spoken over your life carries the full weight of my character behind it. What I say, I do. What I begin, I complete. And I have begun something in your life that I fully intend to finish. Morning is coming, not someday. Soon, closer than you think. Hold on. Keep your faith active. Keep speaking what you believe, not just what you see. Guard the hope that has been planted in your spirit through these words today. Do not let discouragement talk you out of what you felt here. When doubt returns, and it may, bring it back to this moment and remember what settled in your heart while you were listening. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not at the end of your story. You are at the threshold. And everything on the other side of it was always meant for you. If something in this message touched a place in you that needed to be reached today, I want to ask you to do 3 simple things before you move on. First, type the word Amen in the comments below. Not as a religious formality, but as your personal declaration that you receive what was spoken over your life in this message. Every time you type it, you are planting a seed of agreement in your own spirit, and when someone else who is searching scrolls through those comments and sees hundreds of people standing together in the same faith, it gives them the courage to believe too. Your Amen is not just for you. Second, if this message brought you something real today, hit the like button. It takes 1 second, but what it does is tell the platform to carry this message further into the feed of someone who has been praying for exactly what they are about to find here. Your one tap of a button could be the reason a stranger hears the word they have been waiting for. Third, if you are not already subscribed, do that now and turn on the notification bell. Not because this channel needs numbers, but because every message released here is crafted with the same intention as this one, to find the people who need it most at exactly the right time. If you subscribe, you are making sure you never miss the word that arrives on the day your next breakthrough needs a catalyst. And one more thing. If someone came to your mind while you were listening today, a friend who has been struggling, a family member who is quietly going through something hard, someone you have not heard from in a while, and something inside you just knows they are not okay, send this to them right now. Before you close out, you might never know what it does for them, but you will have done something beautiful by simply not keeping it to yourself. God is still speaking. Stay close enough to hear it. Your breakthrough is not as far as it feels. keep going. If something in this message moved you, and you feel quietly called to help carry it further, there is a link in the description and the pinned comment below where you can contribute something small. Just the price of a warm drink to help make sure this kind of message keeps reaching the people who need it most. Every contribution, big or small, sends this word one step further into the life of someone who is still waiting for their moment. Thank you for being part of that.